One word. You've probably heard it a lot. Maybe your friends have tossed it around on you. Brotherhood. Okay? Do we as creatures need brotherhood to survive as men packing up together? Is that important? These are questions that I ask myself on a daily basis. Perhaps you don't feel like you have very many friends. Maybe you're sitting at home and the only time that you get any kind of interaction is when you're online. Maybe it's Call of Duty or things like this. It's tough, man. Oftentimes I'm driving 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, in between service calls or when I'm working. It's a lot of alone time, so you get a lot of time to think, and I think to myself, like, how many 3 a.m. friends do I have? Not very many these days. I don't feel like I have a lot of people I could just pick up the phone and call and be like, hey bud, I'm just going through a lot, and I think us as men are so much of social creatures is like unfounded. Like we have to be a part of a pack, like when you go out with the boys, it's the best feeling in the entire world, man. Like when I remember like being in Italy and drinking with my friends and going out every weekend, was it good for me? No, but like the bond, that's what I miss the most, dude. Like being able to go to the dance clubs, being able to go out to the bars, and just being with my friends in general was like a highlight, a staple point in my life, and Jiu-Jitsu really does that for me. I show up to Jiu-Jitsu, and it's the first time in a long time that I feel like I've been able to make friends, and I'm doing it through choking them out or them choking me. It's something I'm looking forward to every day. And I think there's an old saying that you need to be fit to fight. You know what I mean? And that fit to fight mentality is not just being good with a gun. It's not just being good at grappling. It's keeping yourself accountable, and what you're putting into your body, what you're intaking every day. This stuff matters, Read what's on the labels, dude. I love soda. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love soda, but I'm not drinking anything with sugar in it, man. My sodas are gonna be diet, zero, stuff like that. I'm trying to limit it to like one a day, if that. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll want one really bad, but I'm getting better about it where I'm just drinking a little bit at the time. But brotherhood, I want to reach back into that. It's good to have somebody that you can count on. I want to read you something, and pulling this from the Bible, and you're gonna notice that's gonna be a trend on this channel, and I'm gonna take a lot of inspiration from the Bible. So this is from Escalantes, and it's two are better than one. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, and I think in the jiu-jitsu community you get a lot of that, and you get a lot of two things, actually. You get a lot of culty behavior, and you get a lot of toxic masculinity sometimes. Not that there's anything wrong with masculinity, and then I think toxic masculinity, toxic is a made-up jargon, but you do get brotherhood. There's going to be a lot of people that you're going to be able to meet up with and take full advantage of having that friendship. But I think having somebody to lift you up, when you're down and keep you accountable, keep you coming to the gym, like having a gym bro. You want him to keep you coming back to the gym and lifting weights and getting stronger, little bit by little bit by little bit. It's the same in jiu-jitsu, man. I want my training partners to get better every day. If I could teach them something or show them something that they're doing wrong to help them get a little bit better, 1% better than they were before they started. And what I'm doing is I'm creating tomorrow's challenge for myself, and I love that because I have to overcome that now. My favorite thing to do is set up arm bars, and I teach Buddy arm bar defense, and now that's going to encourage me to grow too. So 1% better. The old saying is iron sharpens iron. Imagine that you as a man find 3 of your buddies and you help them improve, and you introduce something in their life, be it jiu-jitsu or something else, and you help them improve on something, right? And then they help 3 people and then they help 3 people. Well, before you know it, you're changing stuff on a global scale. Wouldn't it be nice, I think it all starts with the small guy, the me, the nobody. Like, nobody's watching these videos yet. I don't expect anybody to watch them, really. But imagine, a small guy, the nobody, I'm somebody to somebody, and you're somebody to somebody too. Imagine the small guy helping out, where he can, give if you got it, you know what I mean? It also comes to the key principles here, like what I'm trying to do about this channel is I'm trying to, one, increase a brotherhood here. I want the gym community, I want all that stuff to go in, the jiu-jitsu community, I want men to be men, you know what I mean? And I want us to be able to talk about stuff that bothers us too, and it'd be okay, even if it's just with another bro. Contrary to belief, it's not okay for men to do everything by themselves. It's not okay for a man to think that he has to put everything on his shoulders and carry all that weight. Social norms have just brought us all into a scenario where we think that men have to carry the weight of everything. Be it true, in the Bible it says a man's life is that of service. You know what I mean? And Jesus talks about how he doesn't want you to be rich and grand like this, okay? It doesn't matter, he wants you to be as a servant. Love your neighbor as a servant, the best way to love is to serve, I think we can all learn from children, they come with a pure heart. They come open and ready to learn. And I encourage you to if you watch this video, I encourage you to reach out to one of your friends and plan something. Just do something. Maybe you have a buddy you haven't talked to in a while. Pick up that phone and call him. It's the best thing you can do. At the end of the day, the mats are a mirror, and they show you who you are. You know what I mean? That flight or flight, that's there. You know what I mean? You'll find that on the mat. You know what I mean? But your friends you keep around you are also a reflection of what you got going on in your life. There's an old saying: if you hang around not so good people, you become not so good people. If you hang around great people, you become great. And me, I'd rather be spiritually rich and rich on the mat. You know what I mean? With knowledge and stuff like that. Money's nice, but it's not everything. I'm about to start class today. It's gonna be close guard. I'll get some rolls in from that. It's ski day. Already looking forward to the weekend. But what I want you to do is I want you to leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me one thing Brotherhood has meant to you about, and do you find it important? Maybe you can leave your challenges, down in the comments. I will respond to everything, and if you want to write me on a more personal level about stuff like that, I'll leave you my Instagram. Just comment IG, and I will leave you my Instagram. And you can message me personally there. I have an open Instagram, so anybody can message me and anybody can follow me. But I would love to hear you out. If you don't have a friend, I will be your friend. Let's grow this together. If nobody will listen to you, well, write me and I'll give it a read, and I'll be sure to come back at it with you. I'm wishing all of you, good health and good vibes. I'm gonna get some rolls in, and then we'll go into the after action report. This ends. Right, after action report. So we learned a few things from close guard, like taking the back, some traditional fundamental Hodger Gracie style back takes. Very intuitive, very fun. Got another flow roll with Luke today. You'll actually see him a lot in these videos. He's actually one of my good training partners. It was a roll with Kaya. She's a dominant white belt out here in Florida. Pretty close to get her blue, I think. Who knows? You know, I'm not a deciding factor when it comes to that kind of stuff. But it's a good roll, good feeling. I almost didn't want to step on the mat, man. I was really sore, and that was one of the ideas that was in my mind right now. I was like, man, I'm really hurt, but I'll just take it easy today. Glad I didn't, you know, put forth maximum effort for how I was feeling tight, you know, it is. So going forward this weekend, I'm planning on doing an open mat, heading out there and testing my skill against the locals in another area in Trinity, not too far from where I live at, 20-minute drive or so, but they got some good competitors. Trinity has David Vieira, 9-time world champion, like 5th degree, 6th degree black belt. Super stoked to go out there again and roll with him, see how it goes. And today was hard, you know what I mean? But the key word of today is brotherhood. You know, I want you to tag your bro in these videos, and I want you to reach out to me. And if you vibe with this video, comment below and leave a hashtag brotherhood on there. You know, this will be a topic we're going to review and go over a lot in my videos. You know, I too want to build my friendships. I want to build my brotherhoods up. You know what I mean? And hopefully we'll have a guild one day where we'll have a community of people that we know we can just reach out to and talk to anytime. I'd like everybody in here checking on at least somebody, you know, if you can. Well, that's it for me, dude. I'm going to close out. Go spend some time with the family, maybe get something to eat, drink some water. I'm feeling it. Peace.